how are you? And I'm back. I know it's been a while since I've been live, and Facebook has given me all sorts of information here. Got it. Okay, so I am back, and I have another series of videos that I want to talk to you about. So this is on Becoming the Neuro Mom. Okay, Become the Neuro Mom. And some of you guys know that I'm a neuro coach, and I want to impart to you as mom on how this brain stuff works. It sort of like gives you that leg up. So your kids are wondering, how did she know that? How did she know that that was the next thing that I needed? Boy, mom is smart. Is she reading my brain? I don't understand how she figured that out. So here are all the secrets that you get to use with your kids, your young adults, your teens, and yourself and your husband. You get to kind of figure out what's going on with the brain, right? There's so much have come out in research over the last, I don't know, 10, 20, 30 years, and that we're learning more and more about the way the brain works, the way it operates. And we didn't have this information when I was growing up, and it's just amazing what science neuroscience has been able to study and come up with, and has impart upon us, so that we can actually use this information to great gains and great benefits, right? So I am Jean Harville, and I am a master neuro coach and a learning strategist as well. And I'm the go-to leader of the Connected Mom Truth Method. And this is where I'm helping moms to figure out who they are, who they actually are, how they can become a finisher. And if whatever it is that they got started, have that ever happened to you? You start a project and you get to a certain point and you stop and you can't seem to finish that? Yeah, there's a reason. And so it's all up here in the brain. So we're going to talk a little bit about that over the next few weeks. And I also help moms discover their truths so that they successfully move forward in whatever it is that they're wanting to move forward in, and they're not being held back, like becoming that unstoppable, focus-driven woman, right? Okay, so by the way, you become the neuro leader in your family. And if you always want to have a special name, you could be the neuro mom, you could be the neuro leader in your family, because you're going to be in the know. So drop in the comments down below if this is a yes, if you want me to continue, you want to learn more about how to really get inside your own brain of what's going on, and inside of your kids' brain as well, right? Especially your teens, it really blow their mind, and your young adults. All right, so ask yourself, what are the possibilities? What possibilities open up for you? Like when you are parenting, your teens, what are the possibilities? Where do you get to go? How are relationships being built? Having a really nice relationship with your teen and with your young adult as they're moving out of the nest and as they're moving on into their lives. Giving this information on brain and the way the brain works is super, super important for them to understand how to interact with other people and how to keep themselves safe, and also understand what is going on in different in their friend groups, who to be around, who not to be around. What are those triggers that say, this is probably not who you want to be talking to, or this is a place you want to be. And we as moms, worry about our kids when they are out on their own. Are they making the best decisions for themselves? And so this is a way that we can coach our kids on how to make those decisions that they need to make, and how they can think through this. All right, so each Monday I'm going to come live around the midday time period. I have different things scheduled throughout the day, so I'll put it in sometime around the midday and give you pieces and snippets and just little nuggets that you can put into your box of information and be able to understand how this whole system works. Okay, so we talked about, like, what are possibilities open up for you as a woman? right? Because we are women, we've been moms, but we also identify as women, and we have a brain, and we get to use our brain now, that our kids are not as dependent on us, but we can show them and be examples for our kids of how they can step out, how they can interact with the world, and what are things that they could do to help shift and change suffering in the world when taking on projects that are near and dear to your heart, and how you step out and help others, and will do the same thing. So we are the neuro leaders in the family. We are the neuro moms, so that they follow us, right? They see us by example, even though they may complain and make snide remarks and mom and all that kind of stuff, right? They're watching, they see. So we get to be the leader for them, the neuro leader for them, right? So knowing how our brain keeps us safe and how we can retrain our brain and our thinking, and how we can parent our kids with new ways of thinking and questioning themselves and their own identity, and who they get to be. And we have many choices that that are there that we can unlock, that we now have, so that we can tame our own thoughts. If we're going down a rabbit trail and we're thinking, why are we going down this rabbit trail in our thinking, we can hone that back in. We can pull it back in. And and I want you to give you this kind of a little scenario thing. So something happens, we get triggered all the time. When we're driving the car, someone stops short in front of us, or we are, I don't know, among a group of people and somebody says something and other people get upset and mad and wondering like, what is going on? These are all situations. They're neutral. They just happen. But what happens is we have a thought. We immediately have a thought that goes through our brain, and we pair that with an emotion, whether it's good or bad, whatever, and it becomes our belief, our identity. It's that quick how it works. And the decision that we make from that space, from that identity, leads us into our actions, and then leads us finally into the results, whether we want those results or not. That's just a pattern of how, and we're going to talk through each of these different segments and patterns, and what do they mean, and how you can utilize them in your parenting and in your thinking. So I'm going to break this all down over the next, a bunch of Mondays at the midday time. And so make sure you tune in, whether you get me live or you catch me later on in the day. On Monday, scroll to either the Helping Kids with Learning page or the Raising Motivated Leaders Facebook group. Okay, see how I did that? I changed learners to leaders. Yeah, so that's where we're going with this. Okay, so you can check either of those places and see what I have placed, what I've put in, what I've posted on that Monday. You can kind of keep yourself up, okay? So if you're ready to learn more about how to impact the next generation, which is your kids, as they are leaving to be that next generation, well, they are that generation already, but to be that next adult, right, adulting, and if you want to know how to impact them and to coach them and to help them to understand what the world is about and how to think, put a yes in the comments down below. Yes, you're interested. And that way, that lets me know that you are interested, and what is it that what question have you always had around the thinking, the thought process, the brain, whether it's yourself, like, why do I start something and then stop and I can't seem to finish it? That happens a lot around here too. And it has to do with what's going on in our brain, and there's nothing wrong. It's just we want to be control. We want to be the master of our thinking, the master of our brain. We are the neuro leaders, the neuro moms. Okay, so we'll uncover all of that. Okay, all of that, and I think that as mom and our neuro leader, we're looking at the next generation. We're looking at our own kids, and we're thinking, oh my gosh, how are they going to make it in the world? But we get to coach them, and we get to we have them now, and we get to coach them, and turn that relationship into one where they feel comfortable coming to you. They can talk to you about anything, and there'll be no judgment. that's on you. No judgment, no shame, no blame, that you're neutral, and they get to come and talk to you. And this gift of neuro coaching, being the neuro mom, the neuro leader that I want to give to you is it's a way that you can connect with your kids, okay? And you can understand what's going on in their brain, the decisions they're going to make, when you can almost predict the outcome of a decision that they're going to make, and then you can say, oh, I want that outcome, or well, let's think about this a little bit, differently, because you have an idea of what's going on from your experience as well as from a coaching, aspect as well. So, put it on your calendar. Check your calendar, either in the Raising Motivated Leaders group or Helping Kids Learn with Learning, and check it out on Mondays. I'm gonna come live on Monday. We're gonna talk a little bit more about it, and I think this is so important for us to know as moms, especially as our kids are stepping out. We want to have an idea, we want to help them also to discover their truths, who they get to be, what are the possibilities for them, and get them thinking in that vein and that way of thinking. It is powerful, isn't it, Barbara? It's very powerful thing that we can give to our kids. It's almost like a gift, an understanding of who they are, how their brains are working, and how they can make changes, right? They have power. They do have that power to do that, to discover their truth. And you as mom, to discover your truth as that transition of, being a mom of youngers, being a mom of our teens and young adults, and watching them step out of the nest. We are the secure, right? The security that they need, but yet we're the catalyst to give them what they need to step out, right? And so every Monday, make sure you check in around the midday, and I'll go live, and we're gonna learn a little bit more about what this brain is all about, how you can be that neuro mom and that neuro leader of your family. So if this is exciting for you, drop a comment down below, and I'll see you next Monday. Bye. Have a great day.